Over the years, improvements in storage has been driven by many things, many factors. One of the main ones has been the need for ever greater bandwidth on the part of hosts, servers, and the like. In the last few years alone, the bandwidth requirements of servers have gone up many times. For instance, several years ago, a typical server had 2 dual-core CPUs installed, and maybe you ran 4 virtual machines off of those. Today, your typical server has 8-core CPUs and 4 of those inside, so you can run typically 32 virtual machines. So basically, storage has to provide ever-increasing bandwidth to serve the needs of these servers and hosts. In order to do that, a typical storage technology will include improvements in internal bandwidth and external bandwidth. From an external bandwidth point of view, of course, we require standards committees to improve their or enhance the bandwidth of their standards to meet these requirements. And of course, in storage, the primary host interface is Fibre Channel, and a very hot topic of late has been Fibre Channel 16 gig Fibre Channel, and for obvious reasons to increase the bandwidth here. Now, 16 gig Fibre Channel, what it provides for us is you can either get improved bandwidth directly, or you can get lower cost per port cost to get the same amount of bandwidth. So today, if you're satisfied with the bandwidth you get out of 8 gig Fibre Channel, well, you can reduce the cost by using half the number of ports of 16 gig Fibre Channel. Alternately, if you feel you need more bandwidth, you can keep the same number of ports, and with 16 gig Fibre Channel, you can get double the bandwidth. 16 gig Fibre Channel was available or was sampling in certain kinds of units like switches and HBAs back in 2011. But you really started seeing volume shipments of HBAs and switches in early this year. But storage has been lagging behind with regard to deployment of 16 gig. Infratrend is happy to say that we were the first storage company to ship 16 gig fiber connectivity to the host, and that was this month, May. What we offer basically is backward compatibility with 8 gig, so if you have an 8 gig infrastructure, you don't have to upgrade it immediately, but then you have protection of investment in the sense that when you finally do decide to go to 16 gig and you have a 16 gig Infratrend unit, basically you can connect it up and you can get the bandwidth improvement right away. The one thing to note, though, is that for those who are still using 4 gig Fibre Channel, legacy 4 gig Fibre Channel, that will EOL probably this year. So it's a good idea to start thinking about upgrading. The transition from 8 gig to 16 gig Fibre Channel is predicted to be fairly quick, probably 6 months to 1 year. This is in contrast to the transition from 4 gig to 8 gig, which is about 1.5 years to 2 years. So it's a good idea right now to start thinking about how to transition. And with what's available now, with the HBAs, the switches, and now our storage, you can transition right away. You don't have to wait. So we encourage our customers to give some thought right now to transitioning to 16 gig, and of course our units will help you in that process.